Chef just dipped his finger into the tomahawk steak broth and put it in his mouth. He immediately realized that the flavor of the ingredients was just right, so he immediately stopped his mate from spreading the broth over the steak. When his mate didn't listen to him, the boy had to reach out and stop the soup that was about to be poured over the steak, and the man gets burned by the freshly cooked sauce. The teammates were furious when the only sauce they had was spilled, but the man continues to explain that he doesn't need the sauce. But while his teammates were baffled, the competition was announced to be over. Then the three judges came over. Looking at the steak on the table, the judges can't find any interest in the steak. They wanted to take a taste of the steak and leave it at that, but when the aroma of the steak filled their mouths, the judges couldn't help themselves. One of the judges gave them a very high rating and congratulated them on qualifying for the next round. While they were happy, Jack thanked the judge, Annie. Unbeknownst to him, his outstanding performance had already attracted the other judges' attention. In the evening, the judge, Annie, was going home from work, but as she passes through the kitchen, she sees the staff gathered around the stove. Curious, Annie went over to the kitchen and realized that Jack was frying up the leftovers from the competition. When the judge came into the kitchen to check on the situation, Jack asked Annie if she wanted to try it. When he got a response, Jack methodically fired up the oil in a pan. He adds the tenderloin and the side dishes and sautés them over high heat. Then he added the seasonings to the pan and sautéed them. In no time at all, a unique bowl of stir-fried pork was ready. Annie took a look at the meat and tasted it, but after just a few chews, the unique flavor instantly reminded Anne of a meal she'd had at a father and son's home 15 years ago. But what Annie didn't realize was that Jack was the same boy. In order to improve his cooking skills, Jack had learned to cook under the tutelage of his grandfather. He took out a black base. Then he used a knife to make several cuts on the belly of the fish. In order to remove the fishy flavor and make the fish taste more delicious, Jack put a layer of ginger on the plate as a base and sprinkled it with spring onions and chilies for flavor. Then, he poured the heirloom sauce over the sea base. Then it was steamed for 6 minutes and 1 second. This is how the secret steamed black sea base is perfected.